Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Gemstone Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the Where Thursday community. We can talk about all the things that we love. Today on Throwback Thursday, we're looking at 8½. This is directed by Federico Fellini. Sorry, I just can't help but say it that way. It's such a fun name to say. I was only made aware of this film and director because of the independent director I know, Stephen Yarnell, who made his own movie called 8¾ I thought I was going to do a comparison between these two, but really his movie is basically a love letter to Federico Fellini. I definitely see some of Stephen's inspiration for 8¾ from this movie. And this is the first Federico Fellini movie I've ever seen. This is an Italian film, so it is subtitled. Starring, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce any of these names, Marcello Mastroianni, Sandra Milo, Anouk Ame, Rosella Falk, Barbara Steele, Madeleine Lebeau, Caterina Borotto, Ed Regale, and Jean Rogoul. This movie has a little bit of absurdity to it. Not in a comedic fashion, but in how it goes back and forth between dreams and Guido, that's the main character's name, Psyche. Guido is I would imagine, auteur. From my understanding, an auteur is just a fancy-smancy director who does everything for art. He's having trouble with his most recent production. He's written out a script, he's had someone look it over, and the person who looked it over said, "This is garbage. What are you trying to say here? It seems like you want to say something, but you never get around to it." That's really the premise of the movie, and what leads to the absurdity. Throughout the movie, he reminisces about his past, and that's Guido's big dilemma. The movie he's making appears to be autobiographical, and the dreams he has are about writing the film and what should happen in the film. And then when he dives into his past, the way they go in between the dreams and him thinking about his past is not seamless. It'll go from one scene where he's talking to people about the film, working on the film. He's either talking to a producer, an editor, one of the actors, even costume. And throughout the conversation, it will just lead into him dreaming, whether it be him dreaming at night or him daydreaming. And I'm not sure if he's thinking about these things because it's in the script or he ultimately puts it in the script. Or maybe it's a combination of the two. And as the movie goes on, he starts bringing more of his present day life into the film. At one point he's lonely and he calls his wife to come join him where he's shooting the film. When they do get together, she's upset with him because she knows he hasn't been faithful. And he does his best to lie to her, but she sees right through him and she's not having it anymore. And so that leads into another fantasy. Well, this one is more like a fantasy because it's every woman that has ever been in his life and also the women that are in the film. And the way this one plays out is that, well, things go the way he wants them because it's his fantasy. And it doesn't get explicit. It's just him being in control, which is what he wants, and he feels out of control in the real world. This film was very different for me, mostly because it is an Italian. Now, this channel is no stranger to reviewing foreign films. I've reviewed plenty of Japanese films, but maybe the big problem I have is that I'm dyslexic and I'm trying to read and pay attention to what's going on the screen, and it's difficult for me to do. This movie is artistic, but not in a bad way. It's done very well. I think if I were to watch this again, I would see if the copy I have, the Blu-ray Criterion version, see if it has a English dub. I typically don't like watching live action that's dubbed because the lip sync doesn't work too well. I did enjoy watching this movie though. It is a good psychological study of this character, and I do recommend that you see it and that you get it on Blu-ray. Those are my thoughts on 8½. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and live your imagination.